Let's continue with the same data set, table 3A1. So now we have a situation where, say, instead of recoding into the same variable, we'd like to recode into a different variable. For instance, look at all of these age numbers listed here. Participant 1 was 32, participant 2, 57, 57, 68, and so on. It can be very difficult to look at all these numbers and infer any type of interpretation from them. For example, it's very hard to tell whether this is an older respondent pool versus a younger one. In order to correct this, you could create what are called categories. So in essence, we might say we want to know all the participants from 0 to 19 are category 1. All the participants from 20 to 29 are category 2. All the participants from 30 to 39 are category 3. And all the participants 40 and over are category 4. So let's try that out. So what you're going to do is click Transform and recode into different variables. Here we're going to use the age variable that we specified previously. We have to give it a new name. So here's this question mark. We need to turn that question mark into a new output variable name. Well, how about age cat, as in categories? You can call this whatever you want as long as you don't have any spaces or illegal characters in the name. And then click Change. The next thing we need to do is specify the old versus new values. And that is done through this box here. So rather than taking a single value and creating a new value from it, this time we want a range, whether we want a range of mid numbers, a range of lowest through value, or a range value through highest. Depends on where on the scale we're collecting our information. So in this case, we want to know what is our first new category going to be, and we know that it is going to be basically 19 and under. So by selecting range lowest through value and specifying 19 as that value, you're essentially saying we want all of the numbers that are 19 or less to be called 1. And we add that here. The next, we need another range, but this time we're going to choose range because these numbers are in the middle of the data set. So we have, in this case, 20 through 29, and we'll call that value 2. It's good to keep this in the order of the numbers numerically so that they're easier to interpret when you complete this step of the process. So now we have one last category. We have lowest through 19, 20 through 29, 30 through 39. Now we just want a 40 and above. So in this case, we're going to select range value through highest. The value we're choosing is 40. And that's simply saying that the value of 40 through to whatever the maximum number in our data set is, we're calling that 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then hit continue. If you've set up everything okay, then you hit OK here. And you should see now the option for age categories in your data view. So we have 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s. If I run a quick descriptive statistics on that, we can see here from the output that we have 3% of our respondents were in category 1, 23% in category 2, 20% in category 3, and 54% rounded in category 4. This might be an indication that we may want to expand the 4th category even further or absorb category 1 into category 2. There's different ways of doing it, all depending on the goals of your research.